Welcome back to Your New Jersey Realtor with LaToya Wilson. LaToya, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am doing very well. This is a new topic for us, so let's just dive right in. Why should someone list their home with you?
Well, first and foremost, I love my job. I love real estate. I love helping people within the real estate industry. I'm a professional, ethical, and I'm experienced realtor. And people trust me, and which is great. I don't give them no other reason. I can guide throughout the entire transaction from start to finish. And I have both knowledge. I have knowledge with real estate and in the mortgage industry, so I can give great information on both sides.
Now, we keep hearing that this is a seller's market and homes are going for thousands of dollars over ask. If someone came to you and said, hey, I want to sell my house because I think I can flip my home and get a great offer, what do you tell them?
Well, Peter, first and foremost, as well, with the first question, I get this same similar question a few times a week. It's a definite conversation starter. A lot of people are still thinking about selling their home, and it's a great time. You know, the seller's market, it doesn't come around too frequently. So anyone that does have a home would have the idea to sell. They can make a profit. But it's a lot of things to think about. Where are you going? Do you have somewhere to go if your home sells? Or do you have to buy somewhere else or find another location? Because that can take time too. That's the first thing that I usually ask. And then I go into the regular parts of the home. What type of condition is it in? Um, how long have you been here? Are you only looking for the profit? Because if you are, it's a lot more to think about. So it's definitely a conversation starter for right now.
I've seen a lot of agents bragging on social media about getting multiple offers and getting the listing sold quickly. You know, that's more of a byproduct of the market and low inventory, but, you know, a client might not know that. What differentiates a good agent from a great agent in your mind?
Being knowledgeable and having ethics. Right now, you are definitely correct, and especially with social media and everybody having so much access, especially the consumers. It's very easy to sell a home right now. Everyone is kind of looking. The real estate market is one of the things mostly talked about around the world, and especially in my hometown and my home state of New Jersey. But having the knowledge and the ethics is what sets a great realtor out right now, because anyone can sell, but can you guide your seller or your buyer from start to finish? Are you only looking out for a profit, or are you looking out for their best interest to give them the information and that they need to help them from the beginning to the end? Because sometimes they need help afterwards. Then what?
As an agent, you're in this world every day. You've been in bidding wars before. You know, the client, even if this is their second or third home, you know, even if they have been in a bidding war, if they've gotten multiple offers, this isn't something that happened, you know, last week. So they don't have any experience with this, at least any current experience. What is that like for you, and what is that like for them?
The bidding wars are still at an all-time high. Even from the peak of pandemic last year, you know, these homes that are being listed, they're averaging at least 20 offers, at least. Some of them is still hitting 30 offers as soon as they're getting listed or before. So a lot of sellers are having a lot of options right now during this bidding war. But the best thing is to discuss the things that determines the bidding war. You know, what is going to happen for the seller? You know, what is the best thing? What is the best offer that you're receiving? You don't want to just jump into an offer or accept anything and not be able to have the correct knowledge on the offers that are being submitted.
When you have a client who does get an offer, let's say in the first 2 hours that home is on the market, what's the process like for you, you know, kind of working through that offer? And you either tell the client, this might be the best thing that you can get, or we might need to wait another day or two?
I definitely say wait. A lot of times, as soon as it's hitting on the market, and now we have the coming soon status, so people can see a house that's coming soon. So they're submitting an offer even before it's listed or it being shown. So I always say wait. I let the prospective buyer, if they come in through another agent, I let them know as well. We're going to wait until after an open house or until the first showing. So usually right now, things are getting on the market. Majority of the times, offers are not even being accepted until at least a good 5 to 7 days in, because we want to wait to see what offers do come in. Sellers have multiple options now.
Is there any risk of waiting, too long? Can that offer be pulled? What are kind of the rules around that?
Well, there are rules. There are rules. We do have to give a prospective buyer or someone that submits an offer, we do have a turnaround time frame to give them. If the information is not listed on the listing, saying, for instance, we're going to have a highest and best date by such and such. That is really the new thing that is happening, the highest and best date. So, hey, that gives everyone the knowledge to know by, for instance, September 1st, have your offer in and make sure you submit your highest and best offer. So this will be the only time that the seller and the agent will look over these offers. So you want to give it your best at one time.
What are
First time.
The first time.
First time. I don't even want to say one time. I had to go back and re-say that rephrase. First time.
The first time.
Yes.
Now, what have you found that your clients are looking for lately when it comes to selling? Are they hoping to get the most money? Are they hoping to sell as fast as possible? What are some recent trends that way for you?
I would definitely say everyone is looking for the best profit. Most people that are selling, offers and sellers are going ultimately really fast. You can sell a home in 15 days, 30 days. They're going very quickly. So all sellers right now are really looking for the best profit, because majority of homes are going to sell quickly. We're still selling quickly, 15 days, depending on the financing option.
Now, with these homes going so quickly, are there even open houses, or is that coming soon feature and then just the low inventory kind of preventing even people from bothering trying to host an open house?
No, open houses. A lot of people are doing that. That's kind of the trend right now. Coming soon, open house, first showing, highest and best, maybe 48 hours later. Some agents are doing a couple of shows maybe at the open house, because in real life everyone cannot get to an open house Saturday or Sunday. People can try, but life happens. People still have jobs, work, children. So some agents do give a common courtesy to not just have open house, but maybe 2 days after the open house, for people to come in and do showings. And then I want to say maybe 48 to 72 hours, highest and best.
Now, because these homes are going so quickly, are there any shortcuts that a client can take in terms of getting their home ready, or maybe not kind of making sure the home is spick and span all the time? Or do you need to make sure that your best foot is forward every day?
Best foot is forward every day. And also another thing that I would definitely say, as far as making sure and being correct, is having a great realtor, such as myself, that will give you the experience and the knowledge you need at the time of consultation before you're listed. So then you'll have the awareness and the knowledge to know, listen, it's going to move quick. We need to keep everything spick and span right now, because we might do this open house and get 25 offers in 48 hours and cancel everything else.
Because there's maybe a little bit more of a reduced fear around the pandemic, do you feel that the virtual home tours will kind of go away, or are they kind of here to stay? And if you're listing a home at a certain price point, you probably need to have one?
The virtual options are here to stay. Definitely. Because besides your regular hometown people, you have people from out of state that's still coming into the states or into different areas that also just may not be able to get to the home, just even besides pandemic, or with people still being scared. So virtual options are still staying into place. But I will say regular viewings, I don't see them going away again. I know beginning of pandemic, it was a slight time frame that everything was virtual, but it was very, very slight because I've been showing throughout the whole process.
Besi-
Nonstop.
Nonstop showing. Now, besides your home being clean, what are a couple tips that you would give a seller to make sure that their home is, ready to sell as quickly as possible for the most money possible?
Well, I would definitely say for a seller to keep their yard, have good landscaping, curb appeal is definitely one of the best things too. Because curb appeal still makes a difference. You still have buyers that might see the landscape and say, "I don't like this. I don't even want to go in," and a seller could potentially miss out on a good sale or a good offer. So that is definitely one of the main things that still holds a big importance is curb appeal. And you staying clean, keeping everything fresh and clean with smells as well, because being clean and having a nice fresh opening smell of your home is two different things. And then one of the other major things is keeping all your paperwork in line. So when everything starts happening, you have everything ready to go.
Now that landscaping, that sounds like it's probably going to be less expensive than bothering to renovate your entire kitchen,
Yes.
and that's going to help your home sell faster
Yes.
and at a better price than putting $50,000 down for a kitchen renovation, right?
Well, in today's market, your home, a decent sized kitchen is going to sell. In today's market, everything will sell. It depends on what the seller is looking for. If you're looking for top dollars at the time of your real estate consultation regarding listing your home, that is something that a great realtor would talk to you about. Hey, your kitchen needs some updating. If you want to make the best out of your sale, maybe you want to think about taking 6 to 8 weeks off and go ahead and doing those renovations and then coming back to list. So that's always your kitchen and your bathrooms that always give the most profitable turnaround and profit for your home. But if you want to sell in this market just as is, you want to make sure those small things are always up to date. Curb appeal, because it still makes a difference. Clean, smells, and things of that area.
Now, if I'm a client of yours and I listen to this episode and I'm expecting my home to sell in 15 days and we get to day 16 and it hasn't sold yet, how would you kind of calm me down?
Well, first, as I said, for the 15-day sale, that always goes on the financing option of a buyer. So that does not always happen. That always depends on financing options. So at the time of the real estate consultation, I go over these different options to have my sellers, know their best options. Financing is one of the biggest things that's going on right now. And financing options from buyers are making and breaking deals. So that's the first thing that they have to be knowledgeable on. If you're having a cash buyer, a conventional buyer, or FHA buyer, these are the different finance options that will give us certain time frames on how long it will take for your transaction to start and finish.
So in other words, it might not even be my fault that the home is sitting a little bit longer. It's the buyer that's kind of holding things up.
Absolutely. Buyer's financing options is what takes the most time within the transaction.
Well, LaToya, our listeners can find this show and past episodes on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify by searching for Your New Jersey Realtor with LaToya Wilson. How can they connect directly with you?
Well, I have a website that they can always touch base with me on at realtorlatoya.com. And I'm on social media. I'm on the Instagram at NJ Realtor1 and social media, Facebook as Realtor LaToya.
LaToya, thanks so much. We're looking forward to our next episode.
Wonderful. Thank you too.